Okay, this is day 345. I had a really good day today, spending it with McDuff and driving around Washington, D.C. and looking at different, we toured some Masonic sites, and we talked a lot about his father and his kind of fight against the CIA. We talked about the Fort Hunt Agreement. This isn't too well known, but the Fort Hunt Agreement was an agreement between Reinhard Gehlen, kind of the spy master of the Nazis, and Allen Dulles, who was running the CIA. Of course, in a kind of a brotherly domination of foreign policy, with his brother John Foster Dulles running the State Department. So anyway, it was just a very good day talking about just the different control mechanisms the CIA uses, gang, counter gang, create conflict between two groups in order to, get the money, basically. So, and again, this is the guy who Kennedy assigned to break the CIA into 1,000 pieces. So, plus, obviously, John's a lawyer as well, so he gave me a lot of great legal advice, one of them being that you can take a case directly to the Supreme Court. You don't need to wait to go through all the appeal process, because the Supreme Court has original jurisdiction for certain cases. Certain cases of national importance, you can go directly to the Supreme Court and save a lot of time. So that is also an option. We also talked about the grand jury option in Maryland. In Maryland, you can swear out a warrant and then present it to a commissioner, and then the commissioner makes a decision. So we talked about a lot of different legal options. Of course, we want to let the October 5th, the next date in the Imran saga, play out before we make any more legal moves. Again, no advice there, but we were just kind of talking about blue sky things, and it was interesting. Now, this is something I've had pinned to my Truth Leaks for quite some time. These four different representatives: Frankel, Theodore Deutsch, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, and then Frederica Wilson, all along kind of this Gold Coast in Florida. This is where all the murders have been, the Bernie Wysant murders, and all the the lawsuits with the Democratic National Committee, a lot of the immigration lawyers dying down here, and so forth. So this is a very troublesome spot. This is also where Imran has this car importing business and this rice importing business in Miami and so forth, in Jacksonville. So a lot of action going on here. What I'm saying here is that it might not just be aspiring in Congress. It may be aspiring, and unfortunately the Iran-Contra piece to this would be drugs and arms, because usually the spy ring is put in for a good reason. That's to protect drugs and arms trade, narco-terrorism, whatever you want to call it, narco destabilization, narco funding of operations. So one of the other things that came out of the research this morning was, again, the way that there's two key material witnesses so far in the case. Obviously, that's going to be, Andre Taggart broke the case open, and then Laurel opened the case up more as a second witness against, Andre mainly testified kind of against Imran, but then Laurel testified and possibly identified Rayo Abbas. And again, we haven't, after a month, we have no one that has seen them in the Congress. No one has seen Rayo Abbas in the Congress, but still one illegal login happening per hour. Now here is Jaquaya's brother, Khalid, and again, we're trying to identify more people at either the Sprayer home or the Hawkshead home that knew Imran Awan. So that's all I'm trying to do here, is find out who knew Imran Awan. We have several different services that say that Jaquaya's brother was here at the Sprayer address at the end of 2008. Now that would have been when Obama had already won the re-election, so we don't know if those things are related or at all. We don't know if there's any overlap with Imran Awan, but it's worth following up with Jaquaya to see if she knows Imran Awan. It's worth following up with Khalid if they know Imran Awan. All I'm asking for is to come forward, do a little piece on one of the YouTube channels out there, and move forward. So I published a couple of little excerpts from the Intercept, just for people who haven't read the article. August 30th, 2017, now 30 days old now. Didn't get any publicity because it was over the Labor Day weekend. But here it is, you know, the Abu Dhabi women were brought to the apartment. This is by the ambassador now, by the ambassador. Pick the one you want. So the idea of a kept woman here in Washington, D.C. may not be so far-fetched. Had several women come forward saying, oh, by the way, I did get married in Iraq or in UAE, and this is exactly the harem mentality is what I called it. This is exactly what happens. And I want to finish off by saying I do videos during the day a lot, what I call working videos, and they're basically small scientific experiments, etc., small things of the day for people who really want to follow on the shoulder of the reporter. And then I delete them because I don't want to be going to 10 different videos to get comments. I more want quickly 5 or 6 quick feedback comments for people who want to be on the shoulder of the reporter. So a lot of times I'll delete a video within 1 hour of doing it, especially if I get the answer I'm looking for in the video. There's no sense in asking that to all the future people and making all the future people who watch the video. It's better just to say the answer in the next video. That's the idea. Keep rolling forward. So I delete the video if I get the answer. I just say the answer in the next video. So I kind of broke from that tradition at one time to kind of answer. There's a lot of internet attacks and so forth, and even by your own family members. And so I had heard, someone had told me that another internet personality had linked to an unflattering video of mine. I went to the channel, I saw this person's picture, I figured, you know, it was that person, in this case being Jason, had linked to it. And I very quickly commented on it. It was in one of the working videos. It was only up about an hour. But I want to say that Jason called me and said, hey, I didn't do that. So I take him at his word, and I retract that he ever linked to an unflattering video. Okay, that's it for today. Thanks.